thought we did a much better job overall in the game defensively, particularly in the second half. 16-point defensive third quarter, and we had a chance for a 22-point defensive fourth, and we gave up the 3 to Valentine just with a lapse of concentration. So those are really good signs. Brogdon and Sabonis were tremendous. Kept them together all night, and we had a lot of other guys do a lot of good things. The spirit and the disposition was much better tonight than in New York, and we're going to have to continue with that.
All right, David Woods.
Hey, Coach, can you tell us any condition report on Justin Holiday?
Sprained ankle. We hope he won't be out long, but he will miss some time. Don't know how much.
Tony East.
Was there anything you guys did specifically to subdue the Cavs so much in the second half?
Yeah, we played with force at halftime. We talked about tightening up our defense even more. We were able to do it. There were a lot of good things that were happening, but we were making them happen. And I thought it all started with Brogdon's defense on the ball as our out front defender. He was physical. He was vocal, and others followed in line. Duarte did a very good job starting his first NBA start. And Justin Holiday, he always plays well. Unfortunate that he went out and that we're going to lose him for a while. Thought Lamb played well. Torrey Craig did a great job of filling in exactly, the reason we got him and the kind of game we expect from him. And, Miles' 3 to start the second half was a big shot. I think that gave us a boost, too, to help us get a little hop in our step defensively.
Tony East.
Yeah, Rick, you mentioned Duarte just now. You changed that starting lineup today. What did you think of that 5 compared to the 5 you started with Tuesday? And do you think it's something you could use going forward?
They're good. They're both really good lineups. We'll see. Yeah, I just thought shuffling the deck made some sense. Yesterday in practice we changed up all 3 teams that we were playing with. We had Isaiah Jackson playing some 4 defensively, and we've got to develop these guys. We've got to find out as much as we can as a coaching staff and keep pushing from there.
Kristen Airy.
Yeah, Rick, yesterday you talked that you'd get Brad Wanamaker right into the fire, and you did. What did you see from him tonight?
I like him. He's an NBA player. He jumped into practice yesterday after one day of basically 5-on-0 prep and a little discussion about defense. He did a great job in practice yesterday, and played the game tonight like he's been with us the whole time. So exactly what we need right now. With our roster situation. Kiefer Sykes, he was held out tonight because of his ankle, but I expect him to be back for Sunday for the Fam Jam. Well, when they play together, he's got more of an opportunity to be off the ball. And look, he and Domas, are two of our top offensive players. And getting those guys in as many different situations as possible, it just helps the diversity of our offense. So, we got some more stuff to get in. We got some more sort of mental concepts to get down offensively. But, tonight was a step in the right direction after, not a great start in New York 3 nights ago.
Yeah, Malcolm, you obviously had it going offensively tonight. What was working so well for you?
Just in a good rhythm. Confident. I worked extremely hard on my game this summer. So I'm coming back into this 6th season of mine, confident and ready to go.
Tony East.
Malcolm, you went to that floater a lot in this game. Was that something the Cavs were giving you, or is that one of the things that, as you just mentioned, you worked on a lot this offseason?
Both. It's one of my go-to shots, especially when I get in the lane. The Cavs have a lot of bigs they're playing at the same time, so there's not a lot of space around the rim. So, as a guard, you got to be able to make that, in between floater shot.
Kristen Airy.
Yeah, Malcolm, tell us about the offense from the standpoint that there's so much movement out on the perimeter, a lot of dribble handoffs, a lot of things working with you and Domas.
Yeah, I think the movement helps us. In the past, me and Domas have just done, just simple ball screens. The defense is able to get set, and we've had success with it. But I think more movement into the ball screens and, player movement, ball movement, I think it all helps.
David Woods.
Malcolm, you and TJ were a very effective backcourt. You feel like that just kind of adds to the Pacers' versatility and gives opponents maybe something else to kind of scheme for, because that may not be a customary lineup that they saw a lot.
For sure. I think it's something new. I think it's a new way we're going to attack this season, having two, dominant ball handlers on the floor that can both create, both touch the paint. It makes us more versatile.
Kristen Airy.
Yeah, Malcolm, you started in the backcourt with Chris Duarte tonight. What have you seen from him through training camp? What's impressed you early about him?
Man, I'm a huge fan of Chris. I'm a huge fan of how he carries himself, his poise, his maturity, and then his versatility, offensively, defensively. He plays both ends, and but the most impressive thing about him is he's a top lottery pick and a guy with a lot of clout, a lot of attention coming in. But he wants to learn. He's soaking everything up. He's asking questions. He listens. He's going to be really, really good.
Scott.
Malcolm, does it feel like you guys are still just so very fresh into everything? Like, it seems like a lot of the offense hadn't been installed. You're still trying all these kinds of new lineups. Is that what it truly is?
Yeah, right now we're experimenting. I think that's what preseason is for, especially for a team like us that in a lot of ways is rebuilding. We still have our core, but we got a new staff in here that the guys love, and I think everybody is really behind Carlisle. I think he's so far doing a great job. So we're going to keep plugging away. We're going to keep experimenting. We trust Carlisle. We trust Coach, and trying out different lineups and trying to figure out what's going to work for us going forward.
Yeah, Isaiah, 2 games in, how are you adjusting to the speed and just playing at the NBA level?
I feel like I'm adjusting real well. Coach in practice and also when I'm on the court, he just emphasized this learning. I mean, this preseason right now, so I mean, for everybody, I feel like on the team, it's just a learning experience to learn each other on the team, and also like our strengths and weaknesses on the offensive end. So I mean, it's been fun.
Any more questions? Keep going, Tony East. Thank you.
Yeah, Isaiah, there's some focus in practice that you play in the 4. You mentioned having to learn a little bit because it's more perimeter-based. You took 2 corner threes today. What was that like for you in a game setting, being more perimeter-based, playing the 4 alongside both Miles and Domas?
I mean, it was fun. Like I said, even though I missed both threes, I feel like spacing out, it's something I didn't do last year at Kentucky. But I mean, Coach got confidence in me that I could play the 4. So, I mean, it's just like I said, it's just a learning experience. It's building on tonight, and just working on it every day in practice and translating it to the game. So,
Kristen Airy.
Yeah, Isaiah, Coach Carlisle said on Tuesday night he didn't feel like you guys played with enough force defensively. Did you guys talk about that, and did you feel like you did a much better job tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that's something we emphasized the last couple of days in practice. Malcolm was one of the main guys that's emphasizing it, telling us like we just got to play tougher, like defense on the defensive end. Like offense gonna take care of itself, but it's just the defense. I think that's where we're gonna like win a lot of games playing just good defense. And I mean, I feel like we played real well this game. We just continuing to build it every day.
Domas, overall, how'd you feel about the team's progress from Tuesday to tonight?
I think we improved a lot on a lot of things, especially on the defensive end, being more aggressive and kind of setting the tone. And now offense, we're just learning the offense more and more, trying to share the ball and move it around.
Scott Agnes.
Domas, you guys got a little bit experimental there with different lineups and combinations that at least we haven't seen. Mm-hmm. How did those feel? Were you kind of trying to pick up chemistry on the fly with the new group?
Yeah, of course. We feel like Coach is trying to figure out lineups, and we're trying to make these lineups work. Just go out there and play with everyone.
Kristen Airy.
Domas, you really like, handling the ball and movement out front, but it appears, just based on the past, you guys are even moving more. Malcolm even talked about, moving players in motion out on the perimeter. Can you respond to that and say what it's been like here to pick that up during training camp?
Yeah, it's all very new, very different. We're not just trying to move the ball. We're, like Malcolm said, we're moving players, and we're always on the move. We're not just standing and watching the ball. So it's taking some time to pick it up. But I feel like every practice, every game, guys are learning the system more and more, and every day it gets better. So we're just excited for these next days of practice and go out on the court and improve even more.
Tony East.
Domas, I might be overthinking this, but it looks like your three-point shot's a little faster. Did you change your form or work on it at all this offseason?
Work on it every offseason, just trying to get my confidence up to shoot them more and be aggressive with it. Coach wants us more out there playing 5 out, so it's new to me, so I'm just trying to make it work.